So hello everyone, in the previous session we have discussed about regular expression, that is module 2, and in the regular expressions we have learnt about the definition of the regular expression, and also we have learnt about how to frame the regular expressions for a given language. So a language definition will be given either as in a formal notation or the statement of the language will be given. So we will have to frame the regular expressions based on them. So once we know how to frame the regular expression, next we are aiming at translating these regular expressions into finite state machines. So I told you that the finite state machines and the regular expressions are the representations of the same language. So therefore it is possible for us to convert from one form into another form. So we will now learn a theorem which is useful for us to derive the solutions for the conversions for the regular expressions to automatas. So the theorem itself defines the procedure in order to make the conversion. So we will see what it is. So given any regular expression, there is a equivalent FSM. So that means there could be built an FSM that can accept the regular language. So that means all the strings that are defined by the regular languages are accepted by the FSM. So that is what it says. If alpha is a regular expression, then the language of alpha. So the language of alpha actually contains all the strings that make up this regular expression is equal to L of M, considering that M is a machine, that is nothing but a deterministic finite state machine. So the language accepted by the DFA is nothing but the language which is defined by the regular expression. Next, before we look into how to solve the problem, we will understand the procedure to solve the problem. So first of all, we have to remember the definition of the regular expressions. So in the previous class I have told you that whenever any alpha and beta are given as regular expressions, we can define operations on them. So the different operations that can be defined on the regular expressions are the union, concatenation and clean star. Okay. So therefore any regular expression could be expressed in the same way. So we have to learn how to translate these operations also into DFSMs. Then apart from that we have primitive things. So first 3 points that we have discussed in the definition. So that is nothing but the first one says that in case the string is nothing but if the regular expression is epsilon, then the string that belongs to that is only epsilon. If the regular expression contains a single character, then all the strings that belong to that language is nothing but a single character, and in case the language is a null, it will not have any, the regular expression is also a null. So therefore we will first see the first 3 points and the corresponding DFA for the same. So when we talk about DFA, we are defining how to write the transitions for that machine. So first we will only talk about the primitive regular expression and the corresponding FSMs. So here also we are translating the regular expression to the corresponding finite state machines. So first thing we will look at here, if alpha is C, that means it is a single character. So in case it is a single character, then the FSM will look like, so I will write it here and maybe erase it later, so please note it down. So the FSM will look like an FSM that accepts a single character, that is nothing but C. So this is the entire FSM for the regular expression which is represented as a single character C. Next, if alpha is null. So if alpha is null, so this means alpha is a regular expression and that regular expression that we are looking at is null. So therefore the FSM will look like this. It will not have anything to accept, it is not accepting anything, neither it has got any outgoing arrows. So therefore this FSM is the one which does not accept anything at all. So this corresponds to regular expression is equal to null. Next we have regular expression alpha is equal to epsilon. So the FSM should only accept epsilon, because epsilon is the only string that matches with this regular expression. So therefore, the FSM is just given as the start state itself is the final state. If the start state itself is the final state, so this automata is capable of accepting epsilon. So this is the meaning of the regular expressions and the corresponding FSMs that we write for them. So first one, if the regular expression contains only one single character. In case it contains only one single character, then just the FSM should accept a single character. So that is what we have written. Next, in case the regular expression should not accept anything. So in that case, it should just write one FSM state that will not accept anything at all. Next is, in case the regular expression is a epsilon, we should write an automata that is capable of accepting the epsilon. So that is nothing but, if the start state itself is the final state, then that means it can accept the empty string. So these are the FSMs that we write for each one of them. So once we have defined all the primitive things here, now we are looking into how to deal with the operators which are applied for the different regular expressions, because we know that any regular expression is made up of the symbols from sigma and also three operators, what I told you earlier, that is nothing but union, concatenation and clean star. So in case the regular expression involves any of these three operators, how to convert them into an automata. So these three things are like an identity, and everybody has to remember the procedures for each one of them. So in case if you forget the procedure or you do not know how to translate, it's impossible to convert it into a finite state machine. So there are few points for each operator, so these points have to be memorized. So we'll see how to build an automata for L of beta union L of gamma. So create a start state S3, connect it to the start state of M1 and M2 with epsilon transition. So first of all, we'll write M1 and M2. So when we write M1 and M2, we'll write here. So we start off and say this is a small automata to accept A. Next, we'll write another automata to accept B. So these are the primitive things that we have discussed in the first three steps. So after you write the primitive things, we are going to write the automata for the entire expression, that is nothing but A union B. As I told earlier, A is a component and B is another component. So we'll write the automatas, that is M1 and M2 next to each other. So when we write them next to each other, you are going to write A. You need not write the arrow marks anywhere, don't write the arrow marks. So this is B. So these are the two automatas. What are they? This is M1 and this is M2, and the start state of the first machine is S1 and the start state of the second machine is S2. So once you have done this, follow the step, create a start state S3. So I am going to create a new start state. We will call this as S3, and since it is a start state, I am going to mark it as a start state. Connect it to the start state of M1 and M2 with epsilon transitions. So I have to connect this to the start state of M1 and also to the start state of M2 via the epsilon transition. So this is what you have to do. So start state of M1 and to the start state of M2, we are adding the epsilon transitions. Next, after you do this, accepting states are the accepting states of M1 and M2. So the accepting states we have already defined. So this is M1's accepting state and M2's accepting state. Okay. So this is how we define A union B. So the concept says what? A or B, isn't it? So it should either be able to accept A or B. So first time I am trying to accept A and second time I am trying to accept B. Let's see if it really accepts it. So if I want to accept just A, I am going here to the from the start state over the epsilon transition. I am going to take up A and go to the final state. So therefore I am able to accept A. The same automata should also accept the string B. So from the start state over the epsilon transition I am going to this state. From there I am accepting B and going to the final state. So therefore this entire automata that we have defined is capable of accepting from the start state either A or B. So this is the concept that we actually required, that is taking up or accepting A union B. So you will have to remember the procedure and the method of drawing the FSM for the trivial thing now. It is only A union B. So next we are going to look into concatenation of two things. So in the concatenation of two things, so given beta and gamma are two again regular expressions, the procedure is connect every accepting state of M1 to the start state of M2 via epsilon transition. M3 will start in the start state of M1 and accept at the final state of M2. This is quite simple. So we have two automatas here. We will take an example. So example is nothing but A concatenated with B. So this is a regular expression. So the first regular expression, this one is treated as beta and this regular expression is treated as gamma, and it so happens that both beta as well as gamma have got a single character as the regular expressions. So how to draw the trivial things here, how to draw the automata for beta, how to draw the automata for gamma. So for beta it is nothing but the FSM will have only two states and it is accepting A. And when I draw the automata for gamma, so the gamma is nothing but it is accepting only the character B. So once we have done this, this is again called as machine 1, and with machine 2 this is S1 and this is S2. Now we are going to frame S3, we will write a question mark for that and say S3 should be able to accept AB, A dot B, AB. Both the representations are same. So we are now unaware of S3. So S3 is the one we are going to frame now by combining M1 and M2 and adding or manipulating the different transitions. So we will follow the procedure whatever is given. So connect every accepting state of M1 to the start state of M2. So we need the automatas here. So we will write this is A and write B also here, and we will see how to connect them in order to form S3. So connect every accepting state of M1. So this is M1 and this is the accepting state of M1. So next to the start state of M2. So this is the start state of the machine 2. So both you have to connect via the epsilon transition. So via epsilon transition you have to connect them. Now here the start state is not defined. Maybe we should not put this in the beginning. Start state is not defined and then final state is also not defined. So this automata whatever you have written here, this is nothing but M3 that we are going to frame. So M3 will start in the start state of M1. So this is M1. So this entire part is M1 and this entire part is M2. So it is going to start in the start state of M1. So it is going to start here. Next, and accept at the final state of M2. So where is M2? So this entire part is M2 which is accepting a B, and this is actually the final state of the M2. So therefore for M3 start state is the start state of M1 and final state is the final state of M2. So, this is the procedure that we are going to follow in order to represent A dot B. Next, we have L of beta star. So, this could be any string that matches with a star or a B star, anything. So, for this, how to create the transitions? Now, create a new start state, make it as the accepting state. So, now we are trying to develop an automata for A star. So, trivial thing, this is beta now. So, this is nothing but beta to the power of star. So, it becomes beta to the power of star. So, before we even go to beta star, we have to know what is the automata for beta. So, the trivial thing first. So, we will write an automata that accepts B. Rather, it is A here because we have taken A star, right. So, this is the automata just for A. So, that means just for beta. Now, we are interested to convert this into beta star. So, we will see what is the procedure. So, create a new start state. So, we will write a state and we will make it as the start state. Also, we have to make it as the accepting state. So, for the same state, I am going to put another concentric circle. And this will be called as what? This will be called as S2. Link the new S2 to S1 via the epsilon transition. So, I require S1. So, S1 is here because this is M1. So, this is S1 and this will be A. Link the new S2 to S1 via the epsilon transition. Link the new S2 to S1 via the epsilon transition. Next, finally, create epsilon transition from each of the M1's final state to S1. So, from the final state of M1 back to S1, we are going to create a epsilon transition. So, this is the procedure that we are going to form for accepting anything to the power of star. So, once we have done this, we will see whether it accepts 2 A's, whether it accepts 3 A's, or it just accepts an epsilon. This is the case where the star stands for 0 occurrences. So, we will see if AA, AAA and epsilon are accepted in this automata. So, we will see when you go to the start state, you will go through the epsilon to this state. From there, you are accepting A. Then moving on to the epsilon transition, you are accepting the second A. Once you accept the second A, you are there at the final state. So, therefore, this string which is 2 A's is accepted by the machine. Next, we will see if 3 A's are accepted by the machine. So, from the start state, so directly we are moving to this state. From this state, first A, free transition, second A, free transition, third A. So, once you finish the third A, you are actually placed at the final state. So, therefore, you may accept this string as a valid string. Next is epsilon, where this is right as good as saying A to the power of 0. So, in that case, you go to the start state. The start state itself is a final state. So, therefore, we are accepting the epsilon also. So, here we have designed a automata that can accept a regular expression and a clean star applied to a regular expression. So, once we know all these procedure, now we can solve the different problems where we convert the regular expressions into automatas by following the same procedure each time. So we'll look into a problem now. So they have given the problem statement as B union AB star. So once we look into the problem, we'll try to differentiate the different things that are there in this. So first thing is, this is one regular expression which has got a single character. So this one is in the form of just a trivial thing, so such as a C. Next we have another regular expression. This is in the form of alpha beta, because both of them have got concatenation operation in between. Next, this whole thing is in the form of, we'll call this as gamma. So gamma is one regular expression which has got a single character. So this entire thing is again gamma union alpha beta. Next, how you have to interpret this? It is nothing but gamma union alpha beta whole to the power of star. So this is what we are going to do. So next we have to pick every expression at a time and try to build the regular expression. So first we will start with the most trivial things. So the most trivial things are nothing but, first is an automata that accepts only the character B. The second is an automata. So these steps have to be done one after the other. So the next one is nothing but the one that accepts B and A. So once we have done this, we'll see the first one, which is nothing but AB. So this is already over, so we have written here. So now we'll take up AB. So first we are trying to write an FSM for AB. So how to write the FSM for A and B? So we'll follow the procedure. We know the operator is a concatenation and we'll follow this procedure. So we already have an automata here that is nothing but AB. So we'll just write this as it is. The explanation remains the same. So we'll have one automata. It has got A and B. So this is the final state of A. So we are connecting this with the start state of B with epsilon transition. So this is the automata for AB. So next thing that you're going to do is build an FSM for B union AB. So AB automata is already here, B automata is here. So both of them have to be connected via the union. So we'll write individually first. We'll take up this B and we'll write the automata for B. We have already defined it. So we just write the skeleton, don't write all the rest of the things. The final state can be marked although. Then we have automata for the AB. So we have written this automata for AB. So this is A, this is epsilon and this is B. So now we'll follow the procedure to connect both of them. So that is M1 and M2. So we have to now connect with the union operator that is here. So what is that? Create a new start state S3. So as soon as you see this step, you create a new start state called as S3. Okay. Then connect it to the start state of M1 and M2, okay, via the epsilon transition. So we have to connect this to the start state of M1 and we should also connect this to the start state of M2 via epsilon transitions. Next, why with epsilon transitions? Accepting states are accepting states of M1 and M2. So here for the entire thing, M1's accepting state is this one, M2's accepting states is this one. So we have already marked, so therefore it is complete. Next, so this is not the end of the problem. So we are just doing it in bits and pieces. So once you have framed this, what else remains is a clean star operator on this entire automata. So therefore we are now trying to import this as it is and we'll work with B union AB whole star. So now B union AB star, we are trying to do this. So for that we need this entire automata and the automata that represents B union AB. So, therefore, we will take this entire automata and place here, and we will make the necessary transitions to represent the star. So, therefore, we will write it as it is. So, we have one state here, and with the epsilon transition we are going to connect this. So, we have done this here. So, we have just taken it down. Next, we will follow the procedure for star here. Create a new start state. So, irrespective of whatever states we have here, so we have to create a new start state, make it accepting state. So, I am going to make it accepting state, and we will call this S2. Okay. And since this was the start state, so of the machine 1, this will be actually S1 state, because this entire thing is M1. This is M1. Next, we have link the new S2 to S1 via the epsilon transition. So, since they have already told create a new start state and make it as the accepting state, this should also represent the start state also. Next, link the new S2 to S1 via the epsilon transition. Link the new S2 to S1 via epsilon transition. So, S2 to S1 we are linking with epsilon transition. Next, finally, create epsilon transitions from each of the M1's final state. So, when we consider this as M1, each of the M1's final state is nothing but this state and this state. These are the two final states. So, from each of the M1's final state back to S1, we have to add epsilon transition. So, back to S1, and from here back to S1, we have to add a epsilon transition. We have to add a epsilon transition. So, now this is the final machine that we are going to get for the expression B union AB the whole star. What we will now do is we will try to take up some strings and verify whether the automata that we have written is actually going to accept those strings, because anything that does not belong to the language should be rejected by this FSM. So, B union AB the whole star. So, how to interpret the strings for this? So, for B, so we will pick up B or AB any number of times. So, the first time I may pick up just B from both the options. Second time I may pick up any one of them again from the both of the options. So, that is how I am going to add the symbols into the string. So, we will see first time I am choosing B. So, second repetition of this star I am going to choose AB. Third repetition of the star again I am going to choose AB. Fourth repetition I might just choose B and stop there. So, how many repetitions have I done there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, this star is actually to the power of 4. So, it may be 5, 6, 7, 8 up to infinity. So, we can't take too long strings. So, I have stopped the repetitions at 4. You could also make it 0 number of repetitions also. So, in that case the string itself is going to be a epsilon. So, now we will see whether BA, BA, BB is going to be accepted by this machine. By the end of scanning of all the input symbols, you have to be placed within the final state. So, we will start always at the start state of the entire machine. So, this is nothing but S2 is the new start state of the entire machine. So, from there we have to scan a B. So, I have missed here. So, this is a B in this place here carried forward. So, we will move here, and then over the epsilon is all the free transitions. B is accepted. After that, we have not stopped at this state, we need more input symbols. So, I will move here free transition, and then I accept A, then again I move free transition B, So this is over, this is over, this is over. Then next again I move here and then move here. This A is over, then epsilon, then B. So this B is over, then again free transition. Then I have to accept a single B and go to the final state. So therefore free transition B, and I have reached the final state. So hence after every transition, after scanning all the input symbols, since we have placed in the final state, so that means the automata is actually accepting the strings that belong to the language B union AB the whole star. So we will solve another problem here. So the problem statement is AB followed by A union B the whole star. So this is a string which always starts with a AB, and after starting with the AB it can have any number of A's and B's in any order. So that is how the interpretation of this entire regular expression is. So for this we will draw the trivial things. So the trivial things are A is there and B is there. So therefore the trivial things that we are going to design as automatas are one automata to accept A, and then another second automata to accept B. So these are the trivial things. Now we are going to combine these trivial things, one with a concatenation operator, one with a union operator, and then with the clean star operator. All three operators are there. So therefore first we will do AB. So we will write an FSM for AB. So FSM for AB we already know how to write. So if this is an FSM for A and if this is an FSM for B, we are going to connect the final state of the first automata to the start state of the second automata with the epsilon transition, and the final state of the entire machine, that is AB machine, is nothing but the final state of the second automata. So we have finished for AB. So the next step is we will take this A union B. So A union B automata can be written like this. So FSM for A union B. So FSM for A union B. So next for the FSM of A union B, we know how to write. So A and B will be as it is. So this is the automata for A and this is the automata for B. So now we have to actually connect these two with the union operator. So this is A, this is B. So with the union operator. So we'll look into what is that union operator says. Create a new start state S3, connect it to the start state of M1 and M2 with epsilon transition. So now this doesn't remain as the start state, we are creating a new start state, and to the start state of M1 and to the start state of M2 we are adding a epsilon transition. Next, accepting states are accepting states of M1 and M2. So M1's accepting state is this one and M2's accepting state is this one. So therefore this is an automata that represents A union B. So starting from here it can either accept A, or starting from the start state it can either go here and accept B. So this is A or B. So next thing is what we are doing is A union B the whole star. So next FSM for A union B the whole star. So for this A union B FSM has to come as it is. So for this FSM we are going to say star. So we will write this FSM as it is. So that is nothing but A union B FSM. So we have this state here and then we have two epsilon transitions. Okay, so this is just A union B. So now for this A union B star we are going to, so create a new start state and make it as the accepting state. So I am going to create a new start state, make it as the accepting state, and we will call this as S2 and this is S1. Link the new S2 to S1 via the transition. So link this 2 with epsilon transition. Finally create epsilon transitions from each of the M1's final state back to S1. So back to S1 is epsilon transition and back to S1 again is a epsilon transition. So this is A union B whole star. Next is we have to frame an FSM for the entire expression now for AB followed by A union B the whole star. So we require the FSM that represents AB. This is machine 1, and we need an automata that represents this one. So this is nothing but M2. So both of them we are going to combine and create M3. So therefore that's this M3 with what operator are we connecting them? We are connecting with the concatenation, because the operator in between this AB and A union B is a concatenation operator. So therefore first we will write the automata for AB. So there is no space, so I will be erasing the board here. So AB automata, I am going to write it as it is. So this is the automata for AB. Then A union B star. So this automata has to come here. So this is so these two are the automata. This is M1 and this is M2. So we will follow the procedure for concatenation. It says connect every accepting state of M1 to the start state of M2. So there is only one accepting state here for this machine. So therefore I am going to connect it to the start state of this machine. So we are going to connect this to the start state of the next machine via the epsilon transition. M3 will start in the start state of M1. So M3, our entire machine is going to start at the start state of this M1. So far here this one is M1 and the rest of it from here to here it is M2. We are connecting both of them via epsilon transition. So this is M1. So M3 will start in the start state of M1. So I have made the start state of M1 as the start state of the entire machine M3 and accept at the final state of M2. So we will check here at M2 what are the different final states. So the different final states are, this is also a final state, then this state is a final state, and this is also a final state. So start state is the start state of M1. Final states are the final states of M2. So this is the diagram that we are going to write for the regular expression, that is nothing but AB concatenated with A union B. So we can see here that only after the symbols A and B have come, only then the rest of the things, that is nothing but any number of A's and B's can be accepted. So that means the entire string which is accepted by this machine is always starting with AB. So that is what we require in this solution. So this is the solution for converting a regular expression into a automata. So you could see that each time I have referred to the procedure for writing the automatas. So therefore it is very important to note down and also thoroughly know the procedure in order to do the conversion. Thank you.